Okay. Let's see if I'm online, if everything works. Anybody out there that can see and hear me? I have on the left side my chat, and on the right side is my screen with Visual Studio at the moment, Visual Studio Code, in which I'm developing my add-ons. So I just try here the chat to see if somebody is live and online and can hear and see me. Let's try this. Hey guys, anybody there? This is the first time I'm doing the live chat. I'm trying this and I want to see if you like it and if I like it. And today I just want to test this the first time, and I also want to show you some features that I'm developing at the moment. And yeah, it's of course JMesh tools, the JMesh tools add-on that you perhaps know, a Blender add-on for hard surface modeling. And here you can see my screen. It's the Python code for the JMesh tools add-on. Oh yeah, let's see the chat. Yeah, just joined. Okay, yeah, okay, great. Sounds great. Okay, very good. So yeah, I'm excited. And as you might know, we have now the memberships, and you can be a member of the JMesh, of the JNM community. You like JMesh? Okay, that's great. Okay, you see on the left side, I see here the chat, and I try to answer from time to time when you ask questions, and we can do a little Q&A. It's very good. Okay, great. Great that you like it, and I'm developing more and more features, and it would be great if you use the forum and add some issues or features that you want me to implement, and then I can add these features if you like. Of course, I have to analyze if it's possible and if it fits the whole tool, but if it does, then I'm trying to implement this. Okay, so I would say let's have a look at the add-on. This is the current development stage. You see this here. This is the Python code of in Visual Studio, and I'm using here an extension. Perhaps you know this. This is Blender Development, an extension of Visual Studio Code from Jacques Lucke. It's very good, in my opinion, because it gives you the possibility to write the add-ons for Blender directly in Visual Studio Code. It's very great for me because this is one of my favorite IDEs, and yeah, it's a bit of a pain to develop add-ons inside of Blender. It works, but this is more professional and more convenient. Okay, so let's go to the code here. I'm closing this tab, and you can press Ctrl Shift and P, and then you get here this Blender Start, okay? And then you can decide which version you want to use, and you see I have a very brand new version here. This is 2.92, and this is an experimental version. You don't have to use this for JMesh. You can use 2.8, 2.9 as you like, but I like to use the 2.92 because just testing new features, and sometimes I'm also compiling Blender just to see what is new. So let's start this here, okay? Take some time. Okay, and then we have it. Okay, this is Blender, and now in the background there is this Python code executed, okay? Okay, let's have a look at the chat. Love JMesh tools add-ons. Okay, great. Okay, GeoNodes be implemented in JMesh. Well, I don't know what GeoNodes exactly is. I come back now to your question. Visual Studio Code is great. Okay, getting better every month. Yes, that's true. And I hope JMesh tools as well. Okay, now I switch here to Blender, and here's the default cube, my favorite object. And now we go here to the edit mode, and I just scale this down a bit. Perhaps I choose here to go to the viewer, shortcut viewer. It's another add-on that I wrote, and then you can see which keys I'm pressing. Okay. So you see, now we have here this simple object. Perhaps we can just get rid of the camera. I just delete it. We don't need it for this demonstration here. Okay, now I select this, go to edit mode, and what I want to do now is to add a bevel with the JMesh tools. And I have a new feature, and this is mainly a UI feature. So I select this, and then I press here bevel. Okay, then a bevel modifier is added to the object, and then you see this UI. And this UI is nothing that you have in Blender. It is something that is coded into the add-on, into JMesh tools. Okay, and yeah, what you can do now is directly after pressing this, you can define the width of the bevel. You see, directly here with the slider. So you don't have to switch here to the modifier tab to set this, but you see, this is exactly what it does. It changes the setting of the modifier, but perhaps in a bit more convenient way. You can also go ahead and increase here the number of segments, okay, directly in this UI. And yeah, for me that's a great benefit, because you don't have to, you know, add the modifier, then go to the modifier tab and change it there. You just press the button, and then you have this UI directly at hand. And now you can close, and everything keeps as is. Okay, you have here the bevel, and you have the weighted normals. And you can press it again with the object selected, and the settings stay as they are, and you can change it. It is non-destructive at the moment because the modifiers are still active. Okay, so let's have a look at the chat. Okay, starting cube. GeoNodes, geometry nodes. Okay, I will have a look at this geometry nodes. Sounds interesting, but at the moment I don't know this, but I will have a look, and yeah, then we will see if I could combine it with JMesh tools. Perhaps I can. But I have a look. Okay, what's next? Now you can go ahead here and close this either by pressing the escape key. Okay, just escape and it is closed. Then you can press the button again. And by the way, you can also press Shift and the comma key, and then you have here the bevel, and the same pops up. Okay, then you can change it here. And then you can also apply the modifier. And usually you would expect that just the bevel modifier is applied then, but you have two modifiers here. You have the bevel and you have the weighted normals, so that you have a really crisp look and feel. And when you press here apply, then my add-on, the JMesh tools add-on, is smart enough to check, okay, we have a bevel and we have a weighted normal. And when I press apply, everything is applied. Okay, I press apply. Now have a look here on the right side. I press it, boom. Okay, now both modifiers are applied, and you have this geometry. Okay, you see, then the geometry is there, and you don't have the modifiers. Okay, now I undo this so that we have the modifiers again, and again I can press bevel, and we see we have it here at hand. Okay, that's the first UI change that I wanted to show you. I keep this active now, and now I also added this to the array modifier. Okay, you can now, let's make this a little bit smaller, like that, and then I go ahead and press here the array button, and you have the array modifier, and then you have also this nice UI, and you can define the offset. Okay, let's say I want to have an offset here along the y-axis. Okay, then you have it like that, and here you can define the item count, and again you can apply the modifier. And when I would apply now here the array modifier, then the bevel and the weighted normal will stay active, and when I press apply, it is applied, and then we have here again the geometry, okay? But I undo this again. Can I? No. Press again. Okay, great. Now again we have the modifier, array, and I can also close it by pressing escape or by pressing close, okay? So if you have any questions, add these here to the chat and I will try to answer these, okay? So one question from my side: is the connection all right? Do you see everything? Is the sound all right? Just to know if if my setup is correct. I think so. As I said, it's the first time that I do this live chats and live streaming, but I will do more, okay? And by the way, if you are a member of Jayanam, you also have these emojis, these Jayanam emojis that you can use in the chat, and you have the badges. And if you are a member, you can also download the models, the 3D models that I create in the tutorials. And I'm writing a book. Oh, I also wanted to tell you this. I'm writing a book about game development and Blender development. And each time I have a new chapter ready, if you are a member, then, oh, I see, it is correct. Okay, great. If every time I have a chapter ready, I will upload this for the members and they get it, okay, for free. So if you are a member, you have these benefits, and I will also add more benefits. And I really hope that these live chats are something that you like, and then I will do more of this, of course, okay? Can you show the mix animation character? Show the mix animation character. Okay, what exactly is the mix animation character? Do you mean rigging characters and animating characters or something like that? I can show this, but of course I have to prepare it for a live streaming. And of course I can also do a tutorial about this. No problem. What I modeled today is a hand for an FPS game or FPS framework. I will also upload this and the members get it. And if you like, we can have a look at the Python code of this JMesh tools add-on. Okay. Multiple animations. Okay. Okay. Okay, I see. Yes, I can do this. I have to prepare it, and then I can come up with this topic in the live chat, if you like. Okay, by the way, you can also support me with donations here in the chat. I don't know if this already works. If you can afford it, okay? I know we are all poor developers, as I am. So if you'd like to support me, be my patron, do it in the live chats, be a member here of JNM. It's just an opportunity to support what I'm doing here. Okay, what else can I do? What else can I show? Let me just close this and get rid of, oh no, you know what? We keep the array modifier open, and then I just show you here the primitive mode. But I think you know this already, but yeah, why not? This is here the primitive mode where you can cut into the mesh, and we press the O key now to go to the difference. And now as we have here the array modifier active, I can just press Ctrl left click and paint here onto this object. And then I cut into it, and then you see we have the array modifier active, and it is cut now into the other part as well, okay? And you see, and this is also something that is really nice, you see that the bevel is still active. Oh, thank you, $2. It works, it works. It's the first time I get this. Okay, you see, the bevel modifier is still active. And this is something that the add-on has to take into account, because otherwise you don't have this bevel here, okay? Now I can just go ahead and select this, for example. I go to the edge selection, select this, and then add a bevel here. Okay, you can change it, and you see, because we have the array active, it is also applied here on this, right? Very good. Yeah, I'm taking care. Thanks a lot again, Steve Scott. Great that this works and that you support me. Very nice. Thank you very much. Okay, then let's see. What else do I want to show? The geometry. Let me apply this now. I just remove here the array, and then I apply here the bevel modifier. Okay, I press here the bevel, and then I press apply. And then let's have a look at the geometry, because that's important. You see this? We have this nice arc. Okay, and this is because I changed something here for the modifier. I'm gonna go back so that the modifier comes again. Here we have in the geometry this meter or mitre outer. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it is not set to sharp. Before I set it to sharp, and then you see we have this a bit strange artifact. Okay, but when I set this here to arc, then you see it is nicely rounded, and you can also go ahead here and increase the segments, let's say to 5, and see it's really crisp. Okay, and when I apply now and go to the geometry, you see we have this really nice arc here in the geometry. Okay, very nice. Okay, so thank you very much, my friends, for your support, and please tell me which features you need for the JMesh Tools add-on. And I will try to take it into account, and perhaps you know my web page. Let me just open this, the web page on GitHub. Go to GitHub Jayanam here. Okay, you see this, and here we have the JMesh tools, and I have here issues, and you can add here new issues, and I try to analyze them and plan them, and then implement these features. Okay, but I have to know what you want to see, what you want me to implement, and then I can do this, right? Okay, great. Okay, any questions? Wow, arc is so much better. Yes, it is. It is. I don't know why it isn't the default. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Can you give £2 for me? Pay my name to my man. I don't really know what this means. But okay. Have to read it later on. Perhaps you can explain it. I don't know at the moment what this means. Okay, here's another question. For programming add-ons, plugins, do you need Python, right? Yes, you need Python. Python is the scripting language for Blender. Okay, what else do you need to know? Well, Python is a good language to start with, I would say, for beginners to programming, but it's skills, programming skills. You have to know programming, and you have to know, of course, the API of Blender. I recommend to start, of course, with my tutorials for Python development. If you're interested in that, let me know, then I can do more Python coding stuff, if you like. And of course, go to the Blender page and see have a look at the API. There are some examples. Then Blender has these scripting page, and here you have some templates that you can start with. Let's have a look. Here we have templates. You see Python, and we have here some templates for operators, model operators. We have UI stuff. Okay, and here you have the Python code. This is something that you can start with. Perhaps not start with, but once you know how the principles of development work, Python and Blender, then you can have these examples and extend them. That's a good way. How can I learn the sky tool? The sky tool, well, perhaps I put this on my list. Okay, put this on my list, and then I can show you. Another question I have, because I often hear this, people are interested in Godot. I had some Godot tutorials, and long time I didn't do tutorials for Godot, but Godot is improving more and more, and I want to do more more Godot and Python tutorials. Python with Godot, C# with Godot. So if you're interested in that, let me know, and I will do some more Godot tutorials, perhaps integration of Blender and Godot, if you like. Okay, guys, let me know if you want to have more of these live streamings. Would be great. I would like to do this. And this was a first test and some features for JMesh tools that I wanted to show. So yeah, let me know and I will do this more often. Okay? So, I hope you like it and I see you soon. The next tutorial will come on Monday and it will be about, let's see, moment. Just a moment, I have to see what it will be. It will be, have to look this up. It's already planned. And it is about texture painting with Blender. Texture painting and layering with the layer painter. I hope it will be interesting. I think so. So be there Monday at, I think I scheduled it at 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. in European time. And yeah, that's it. I hope you like it and I see you the next time here in the live stream. Okay? Bye guys.